It's been a couple of weeks, so I thought I'd give an update. So a lot of the roses have gone quiet at the minute, but marjoram at the moment is a star because there's so many bees and other insects on it. Butterflies and moths all seem to absolutely love it. But Trev's going to give it a trim next year because it's gone a little bit crazy. And then we've got some Cosy Lucifer, which has opened up now. Evelyn May's having another flush. And all along here as well, she's getting ready to open. And down here, Virginia McKenna is still doing really well. And then I don't think you've seen Fragrant Cloud at its best because we're going through our third heat wave at the minute, and I think those are all done. What doesn't seem to be struggling are the Japanese anemones. Just along here. Halt. What you doing? Oh, excuse me. Timeless Charisma is starting to bloom again after it had a really good flush anyway. And then we have some hollyhock that I grew from seed, which is flowering. I've only got that colour, it's just pale pink, and none of the others seem to ever bloom for me. It's peach rose, which has bloomed quite good this year. And then this border over here has gone a little bit quiet. I'm waiting on a lot of the roses to bloom again. Got some field poppies and some drumstick alliums, which the bees seem to really like as well. And there's a few different alliums further back as well. Can't remember what they're called though. And then back here, I haven't showed you this rose yet. Let me just see if I can climb through. This is Westerland, and for the last couple of years it didn't flower for me, and I did move it into this position last year, and it's been flowering great, but it's just been deadheaded just before I did my video. So what else is the new? I don't think there's too much. You'll have to excuse the traffic because it's lunchtime and we're in our third heat wave, which I think I already mentioned. Got some lamb's ears. I'm undecided whether to bring them forward or not, because they were at the front of the border, but then the border got made bigger. There's a tiny bit of Lucifer back there. Some of the daylilies have gone over, and those yellow ones have gone over. Some nice orange ones just here, and there's a deeper coloured one which isn't flowering today, but there's lots there. And then Try not to get my shadow in it. Bell Reeves is just starting to bloom again. And the pond has gone really low, and we filled it up with water from the water butt, and it's still gone low because it's just so hot. And then I have some Shastas just here. I think the hostas are doing quite well, and they're starting to flower, some of them as well. And if you can see any geranium peeking through, that is Anne Focard. And the couple of roses in the pots aren't currently in bloom, but they've done really well, and only bought them this year. So as you can see from this angle, I can just move back a bit. There's still a bit of colour there, just not as much as there was a few weeks ago. And then I don't think there's any in the pond at the minute. There were some water lilies. I don't think I've showed you any of them, and there's none there today. And then Shasta daisies are doing really well here. And it's not as crowded in here now because I did take a rose out. I had Golden Celebration in here and it was struggling, so I took it out. And some Strawberry Hill is starting to flower again, and I need to sort the shape out. So in the winter I'll get the obelisk straight and try to sort some kind of shape out there. And there's some jasmine there along with Claire Austin, which she doesn't like the heat by the looks of it. And then over here we have, and if this looks like a horror movie, I can't see what I'm doing because I decided to come out while it's midday. It's about 30 degrees and it's really sunny, but hey ho, that's me. I've got I think it's a tree lily, and if it's not, it's an oriental lily. There's a few morning mist rose, haven't quite gone over yet. There's a few tree lilies here. Now these definitely are tree lilies, and they'll be opening soon. This is starting to go over now, the Vilchem-Blau Rambler. Some more tree lilies thinking of opening. Trevor has a new rose that he purchased called Queen Bee, and it starts off yellow with, I'd say, a tiny bit of pinky red in it, or a bit of orange maybe, and then it just goes over to a more pale yellow as it ages. That's in a pot, but he's going to take that out next year. And then we have Rambling Rosie, still trying to put on a few blooms here. You can probably see through there, that's Evelyn May, and there's going to be lots of blooms on there. In the background you might be able to also see the Japanese anemones, and we have some perennial sunflowers. I had a few given to me by a dog walker about 15 years ago, and they're really handy because I can't seem to grow annual sunflowers. We have some Shasta daisies, but doubles here. They're very frilly, these ones. Hello, Walter. Where's your brother? And I think, oh, actually, I was going to say that's it, but there's a couple of things I don't go on about too much. And Trevor trimmed this back. This is the climbing hydrangea because it was getting really thick. And if you have a trouble spot in deep shade, north facing, get one of these because it's absolutely fabulous. And also these are in quite deep shade as well, and these do really good. And these are Brunnera, and they have little blue flowers come up in springtime, and I never mention them enough either, and they're a real good plant for shade. And just before we go, these are super hot. That's 40 degrees on the outside. If I open it off, I think it needs some paper in it because it's a little bit fusty, and I think it's because it's a little bit damp. That is super hot in there, and that's all breaking down into compost. And if I just pan round, so that is how the garden's looking at the minute, and hopefully I shall see you next week.